Hey Bob, how you doing today? Welcome to the Smoke and Speed podcast. How's everything going up in Massachusetts?
Oh, going good, Sarah. How are you doing?
All right. Hey, tell us a little bit about your Gear Jammer magazine and what you cover and how often does it come out?
Sure. We started the magazine back in July of 2016. I had always been into trucks and fascinated with trucks and was always taking pictures of them, but I never really intended on doing the magazine. A couple of friends of mine actually asked me to do it, and we gave it a shot, and here we are almost 4 years later, and it's been going great. We publish it every 2 months, so we do 6 issues per year, and we cover show trucks and work trucks, and we go to different truck shows and do coverage from the shows. A lot of times people can't make all the events and they want to be there, but our pictures sort of bring them to the shows without them having to attend. But they definitely like to see pictures of all kinds of cool trucks, which is what we feature.
Yeah, one of your or your slogan is more trucks than ads. Do you have a number of how many trucks or features that you do every month? Because I've gotten your magazine and there are a lot of trucks in there.
Right. I mean, we really appreciate our advertisers. We need our advertisers to help, get the magazine printed. And obviously, the truck drivers like our advertisers because a lot of them are chrome shops and detail shops and things like that. So the truck drivers want to keep their trucks looking good, and the people who advertise are the guys that are making the custom stuff for them. But as far as the magazine goes, we've seen a lot of other publications out there where they're ad driven. So there's more ads than pictures, and we know guys want to see pictures of cool stuff, both old and new. So usually we try to feature probably 6 to 8 trucks, and a typical feature on an individual truck is 2 to 3 pages. And then we also try to feature probably 4 truck shows in each issue because we attend so many shows during the year. There's plenty to choose from.
Right, right. That's pretty cool. How do you gauge which shows that you go to? How far do you go? Do you have a couple different crews that go? Do you do it all yourself? How does that work?
Usually just go myself with my 2 sons, Matt and Tom. Every once in a while, I'll have my son Matt go and do something on his own, but we usually do travel together. And usually there's no rhyme or reason as to the shows we choose. We do go to a few where our advertisers are running the show, so we want to support them. One such event is Barubi's Truck Accessories up in Bow, New Hampshire, and they have a barbecue and an open house truck show every year. So we definitely try to attend that one. But like I said, there's no rhyme or reason. We go pretty far. We've been as far as the Mid America Truck Show in Louisville, Kentucky. We've been up to Quebec, Canada, and we hope to go even further. We actually went last year was the farthest we've ever been. We went out to Iowa, all the way to Britt, Iowa, for the No Coast Large Cars Truck Show, which is put on by Lifetime Nut Covers. They make some really cool products, and it was an awesome show out there in Iowa. It was neat to see the country also.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Is it the same show setup pretty much everywhere you go? Do you? I know when you guys come with us, we team up and we do drag racing as well as a truck show. Do you hit a lot of shows like that, like E Town used to be, or how do you gauge which shows that you go to? Is it mainly like you said, like your advertisers, or if it's just something you hear about and you're able to get there, or how does somebody get you to their show?
Yeah, little bit of everything is involved. Definitely, if someone reaches out to us and asks us to come to a show, we try to do it. We try to do a variety of stuff, like you said. A lot of guys love the drag racing and the smoke and speed events that you guys put on are awesome with the racing at various spots, like the Lebanon Valley Dragway. We've been to that one a couple times and really enjoy it. And I know you've got a lot of events coming up this summer as well. As soon as we get through this virus crisis, and
Right.
hoping that ends soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, just try to give a variety of shows for guys with racing. Some of them are just show and shine. Some are truck pulls. There's all kinds of cool stuff to go see.
How would someone go about if they wanted to get their truck featured in your magazine? Do you have a criteria that you do, or is it somebody you meet at a show? How would somebody get their truck featured?
Yeah, that's pretty easy actually. They can reach out to us on social media or they can call us. If it's someone within say like a 2 or 3 hour radius, we would probably go and shoot the pictures ourselves. If they're quite a distance from us, then they can send in their own photos to print in the magazine. A lot of times we just ask that they're done with a camera rather than a phone because cell phone photos don't print very well in magazines for some reason.
Right.
But there's no real criteria. Just like I said, we feature a lot of trucks that they're basically working show trucks. So guys fix them up, but they do work them, 9 days out of 10. So and people like to see that. They like to see trucks that work.
Right. Right. I found that a lot of people like things that they can relate to. So if it's a truck that works every day or something that they'll see quite often, then people tend to relate about that. It tends to be more popular than something that is extremely rare that somebody might not be able to relate to or see or anything like that. Um, Now you actually have a show coming up you've done for a couple years now, or when did you start that, and what's the information on that coming up?
Sure. Yeah, it's called the Gear Jammer Magazine Truck Show, and this year will be our third annual show. We started it back in 2018, and there again, we were really busy with the magazine and everything that was going on a couple of years ago. We were still fairly new, but my son said, "Why don't we do our own truck show and do it for a certain charity?" So we, put our heads together, and there was a lot of shows for various charities, but we hadn't seen one for children suffering from autism. So we decided that that would be the charity that the show would benefit. So we give all of our show proceeds to Doug Flutie Jr. Foundation, which helps local families and children suffering from autism. And our show this year is coming up on July 31st and August 1st, and it'll be at the Brimfield Winery in Brimfield, Massachusetts, which is at 35 Main Street. And we do have a Facebook page on the show, so you can go get a ton of information on that. And looks like we're going to be able to hold it as scheduled. We're keeping our fingers crossed, and if for some reason anything changes, we'll let people know well in advance.
Oh, that sounds great. And you actually have, I've been trying to follow all of your updates, but you have a lot of them. You have quite a few. Last I checked, I think it was 40 some sponsors that you have for that, and a lot of trucks already pre registered for it.
Yeah, yep, we do. We have, I think we're at sponsor number 47. Last year we had close to 100 sponsors, and we were able to donate just under $24,000
Wow.
from the show. So we're going to shoot for $30,000 this year, and we're hoping to get a bunch more sponsors before showtime. But we have people actually just bring their sponsorship check to the show, which is great too. People can do that. They don't have to, do it beforehand. But if they do want to sponsor, they still can. And our sponsorship amount is just a set fee. It's $250, and that gets their company logo on our show banners, and it also gets their company name on the back of our show T-shirts.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Hey, so if somebody can't make it to the show, they already have plans, whatever, unfortunately they can't make it, can they still contact you for a donation? And if so, where do they either send the check or where do they call?
They can, absolutely. Yep. People can contact us directly. Even if they can't make the show, we would accept the donation, and we do give receipts to everyone for what they donate. Um, Anyone can call me on my cell. That's pretty much on all the time. That number is 508-212-9998. They can message me via email, and that email address is mtt, and then my last name, which is Conrad, Conrad, just the number 7 at AOL.com. So MTT Conrad 7 at AOL.com would be where to send an email.
That's cool. And for those of you out there that are driving or can't write that down, we'll actually have that in the links at the bottom of this video. So no worries on trying to pull over and write that down because I'll have all that listed for you. You can come back at a later date and check that out. Um, Now, tell us about your truck count. You had 500 and some odd trucks last year. Is that correct? And then this year you're actually on track to beat that mark.
Yeah, we think we definitely will. Our first show, we had 315 trucks. Then last year we went up to 542, which was incredible. and we think probably 600 or better this year based on pre-registration and just overall response on social media. So many guys saw videos and pictures from last year's show, and they weren't able to make it because of business commitments or just the fact that it was really hot. I think that day was the hottest day of the summer last year.
Yeah.
It was like 110 degrees with the heat index, but everyone made it through it, and we still got 540 trucks to show up. So it was cool.
And you guys do bobtail and combos, correct, for that show?
Correct. Yeah, bobtails combos, old trucks and new. We have, I believe it's close to 40 classes and almost 120 trophies that we award on Saturday. We've gone to an official 2-day show this year. So the show will officially open at 1 p.m. on Friday and go till 10 at night. And on Friday evening, we're going to have a concert by Tony Justice, and we'll also have our light show. And then Saturday is going to be the full show as well, show and shine and raffles and vendors and things like that. And then the trophies are awarded at 5 p.m. on Friday. I'm sorry, on Saturday.
Right. Wow, that's pretty cool. Now, is that that's probably the largest show I have ever attended? Is that the how would you rank that on? I mean, you go a lot of places. Is that one of the larger shows that you've been to, as far as attendance wise and support from guys bringing their trucks in?
Definitely, the drivers were so great last year. Like I said, the weather was so hot and humid, but everyone was determined to come out and help raise money for the children with autism, and the turnout was incredible. We just couldn't believe the final number. The trucks just kept coming in all day Saturday, and as far as truck wise, I think that is one of the biggest in the country, which is incredible after only going for 2 years. And it's all because of the drivers and the companies that come out and support it and support the charity.
Yeah, that is amazing. I'm really hoping that you get to have that show this year and beat those numbers. That's crazy. I have it marked down on my schedule not to plan anything for that weekend because I definitely want to see that in person. I wasn't able to make it last year, but that's crazy the amount of trucks that come. I mean, it's awesome because there's one thing I've learned with big rig guys is they always show up for charities and they always are willing to bring their trucks out and let the kids honk the horns and all kinds of stuff. I mean, truck drivers really are a tight knit family when it comes to charity events.
Absolutely, yeah. Truckers have big hearts, and like you said, they love to watch the kids smile when they get to sit in the cab or honk the horn. And our show is just a family event, and there were so many people that gave such good compliments last year that they had so much fun, and the kids had fun. And we hope everyone can make it out this year. We really want to see everyone come and have a good time.
Yeah, it sounds great. Now, how can somebody get a subscription to your magazine? They can order it through Facebook or email you or call you, text you, anything like that, right?
Sure. Yeah, they can do those things. They can go on our website and do it online. The website's pretty easy. It's www.gearjammermagazine.com, and we have a shop page where they can do it safely with a credit card online, and they'll get the subscription that way. Or they could just pick up one of the magazines at the shops where they're carried, and they can subscribe, from the magazine. There's info in there as well.
And you said shops that you carry. So where would what are a few of those shops and locations that you've got the magazine available for somebody to check out?
Oh yeah, definitely. We're in quite a few on the East Coast, and we're getting pretty much all over the country. But Barubi's Truck Accessories in Bow, New Hampshire, the Canaan Ambest Truck Stop in Canaan, New York carries it. New England Truck Design in Sterling, Mass. And then, like I said, moving through the country, we're at Elizabeth Truck Center down in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Chrome Shop Mafia in Joplin, Missouri at Four State Trucks. Um, White's Travel Center in Rafine, Virginia. And then we're out as far as the West Coast now. We're at Little Sisters Truck Wash in Barstow, California. And the list goes on. But if people want to know all the locations that were available, they can go onto the website again, and we do have a list there on the website.
Oh, that's pretty cool. All right. Well, that sounds great. And you guys have a Facebook page and an Instagram that people can follow as well, correct?
We do, yep. Facebook and Instagram page under Gear Jammer Magazine. We have a couple on Facebook. One that's really popular right now is the Gear Jammer Magazine discussion group. And a lot of guys go on there and post pictures of cool stuff, and guys just talk trucks.
Neat. That is great. And it's so important nowadays because we really can't do any gatherings or anything like that. So, having those outlets for guys to check out on social media and whether it be Facebook or Instagram or even your website and stuff like that, people can really keep up to date with everything. And even though we're on travel bans and stuff, you're still printing on schedule, right?
We are, yep. We're working on our May June edition right now, which has a lot of cool trucks and show features in there. We'll have those out, and they'll be being mailed first week of May.
Ah,
So we're on
awesome.
schedule.
Awesome. And then how do you gauge um, the the articles? Do you have so many lined up in case that we do have? I mean, nobody could have planned for this coronavirus stuff, but you're sitting on some of them, or are all of them freshly done? Like, are you hustling trying to get more articles now, or do you have some that are kind of like on the back burner? Do you plan so far out? How does that work?
We do plan ahead. Like you said, we couldn't have predicted what's going on right now, but we usually have enough to print up to 3 issues. So if things were just completely shut down, we do have enough material to cover 3 issues. There are certain things we do just kind of on the spur of the moment, but we do plan ahead. And fortunately for us, our printer is still open for business. That's Cummings Printing up in Hooksett, New Hampshire, and most of the shops that carry the magazine are shops for trucks, and thankfully the trucks are all still moving, so guys can feel free to go into the different locations and pick up the magazine because they are still open and the magazine will be there.
Wow, that is great. Well, I you answered all the questions I had. Do you have anything else that you want to add, or you good to go?
Um, no, I think we're good to go. I really appreciate you talking to me, and hope everyone continues to enjoy the magazine. We really like hearing all the good compliments from everyone, and keep your eyes out. There'll be a lot of cool trucks coming in 2020.
Awesome. Thank you so much for taking your time this morning to speak with me, Bob. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Sarah. You're very welcome. Stay well and be safe.
Yep.
And we'll see you at the shows in the summer.
Yes, definitely. Take care. Thanks.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye.